If the woman you're with cheats on you, ditch her instantly, without hesitation. A woman who cheats on you is a woman you don't want around. You want to get the fuck away from her as quickly as possible, okay? For your own well-being, as well as for hers, as a matter of fact, okay? There is a reason that cheating elicits the most ugly and powerful emotions in men. And there is a reason why men have killed their cheating wives. There is a very good reason. It's all about evolution. Think about it. See, from an evolutionary perspective, a cheating woman is a disaster for men. Yes, of course. See, from an evolutionary perspective, if a woman cheats on the man that she is with and bears a bastard, that is, a child of another man, well, that man is going to be devoting his work and his resources to raising this other man's child. It is, of course, a disaster from an evolutionary perspective for a man. And that is why we have been hardwired by evolution to have these incredibly powerful emotions when a woman cheats on you. Yeah, because if a woman cheats on you, she might very well wind up pregnant with another man's child. And of course, she's going to cheat on you. She's not going to tell you, of course. You know, there's going to be a lot of subterfuge and what have you. And she's going to wind up having some other man's child, and you are going to be raising that child. Now, in our current culture, we've gotten to a point that is so fucking bizarre that there are men, a lot of men, who actually say that when a woman cheats on him, it's actually his fault. No, it's not his fault. See, the fault is with the woman who cheated on the guy, you see, because the woman failed to exercise a little bit of self-control. Because you see, it's perfectly natural to be attracted to other people that you're not married to or that you're not hooked up with, okay? It happens all the time that you feel attraction. But to actually act on that attraction, that demands agency. See, when a woman goes and cheats on her man, she goes and acts on her attraction, okay? And so bullshit that it's the fault of the guy she's with. No, it's not the fault of the guy that she's with. It's the fault of the woman. But there are a lot of men who say that it's the fault of the man that she's with because they are trying to curry favor in the current zeitgeist. They're trying to come across that it's basically virtue signaling. They're basically saying, oh yeah, it's not women's fault. Women are these angels. They're totally innocent. If she goes and cheats on her man, then it's really the man's fault. Yeah, the man is the one at fault, not the woman. No. You see the kind of bullshit virtue signaling that's going on? Okay? The fact of the matter is, the men who say this shit, that when a woman cheats, it's actually the man's fault, well, I'm here to tell you right now, those guys are guys who are failures in the sexual marketplace and who are trying to get with some women any way they can, including indulging them on a moral basis by giving them the excuse, the tools to excuse their behavior. But there's no excuse for a woman who cheats. None whatsoever. Fuck off, no. A woman who cheats is a whore. And you have to leave whores. You don't stick with a whore. Simple as that. It's not fucking complicated, right? A woman who is willing to cheat on you once is going to do it again, okay? So if you find out that she has cheated on you, you leave her right away because it's going to happen again. And any kind of conversation about it and try to work it out, blah, 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 it's just going to be a waste of time. Because if she got away with it once, she will get away with it twice, 3 times, 4 times. I mean, she's going to have more dicks than I don't know who. You know, the Mata Hari, for crying out loud. Yeah, that's how it's going to be. Now, you're going to find that a lot of men don't want to leave their cheating spouse, their cheating girlfriend, right? They don't want to leave them for 2 reasons. Number 1, they think that they're never going to find another girl as good as that one, okay? And the woman knows it. The woman knows at some fundamental level that the guy is insecure about his ability to get another woman, and because of his insecurity, she knows that she can get away with it, okay? So that's one case. And the other case is the sunk cost fallacy. I did a video about that right here. The sunk cost fallacy is basically that, you've spent so much time and effort in one relationship that why are you going to throw it away? Why throw it away? Why not just work on it and just, fingers crossed, hope it improves, of course, yeah? The sunk cost fallacy is the reason that you throw good money after bad. It's the reason that, say, the United States went to war in Iraq and kept on throwing men and materiel at Iraq and Afghanistan, thinking that this time, with this surge and this new general and this all new thing, this new strategy was going to work. And of course, it didn't work. See? It's a sunk cost fallacy that has sunk better men than you and me. And so it's those two reasons why men stick with cheating women. Number one, they don't think that they can do any better. And number two, they've spent so much time with a woman that they figure, well, they'll just, it'll get better somehow. And I'm here to tell you, it will not. If the woman you are with knows that you do not think you'll ever get a woman as good as her, I mean in terms of like looks or demeanor or whatever quality you hold dear, right? If she realizes this, then she's going to step all over you. She is not going to respect you. She's not going to respect you, and it'll only be a matter of time before she cheats on you. She'll cheat on you because women always want somebody better, or more correctly said, they always want someone who doesn't necessarily need them. You see? And this is a key point. See, in hypergamy, right? Hypergamy is the notion that women are constantly trying to improve their mating situation, trying to get with better men, right? A man who does not think that the woman he's with is the best thing in his life, she's always going to be a little bit insecure, and she's always going to feel that the man she's with, this man who's slightly indifferent to her, is the best that she can do, and she will be loyal to him. But a man who treats his wife, his woman, like a queen, who's like, oh my dear, oh you're so perfect and wonderful. Well, that woman, she's going to eventually start to look down on the guy and figure, oh, I can probably do better. Even if it's not the case. And this is the hard thing that nice guys never quite seem to understand. You see, it is a very rare woman who understands that the nice guy who treats them so well is actually the best man that they will ever get. Very few women, especially in the West, understand this concept. Most women in the West conflate being nice, being kind and generous and loving. They conflate that with weakness. See? And this is the terrible situation that's going on. Now, the reasons for it is just too long to go into, okay? But it's a fact. A woman who feels that she's married to some nice, sweet guy who's so loving and all the rest of it, well, she's not going to think that highly of him. And that's a fact, and she will cheat on him, right? And that's lamentable. I mean, it would be nice if the women were wise enough to realize that this kind and loving man is the best man that they will ever get. It would be great, but that's not what's going on. It's not the reality of the situation. So you got to adapt. Yeah. So how do you prevent a woman from cheating on you? That's very simple. See, at the outset of any relationship you have, okay, with a woman, obviously, well, you got to make it clear. Like, not on the first date, okay? Don't be stupid. Okay, but like the second or third time that you fucked her, right? You've had sex with her a couple of times. You're thinking, this girl might be something there, right? You got to make it clear to her at some point, and it'll naturally come up in some conversation. And the funny thing is that I've noticed that women are the ones who usually bring it up. Okay? Women are like, oh, that guy was sort of like hitting on me or flirting with me. And at that point, you just have to very calmly and casually, and not like making it a big thing, but you just say to her, well, look, if you ever cheated on me, we're done. And just leave it at that. Now, you say that to a woman, and she's going to start to argue with you. She's going to start to try to negotiate this issue, because it's the way women are. They try to negotiate everything, okay? And they will try to negotiate this issue. She will try to sort of like create exceptions or this and that, and you just ignore the babble and her efforts at negotiation. And at the end of this bullshit, you just say to her, look, it's as simple as that. If you're gonna cheat on me, then why am I gonna be with you? And I'll leave you right then and there. And she'll be like, oh, but what if this and what if that? And you're gonna be like, no exceptions. And there are no exceptions. There are no exceptions, and also you have to understand that a lot of times a woman is going to be lying when she says that something happened. Oh yeah. How many times have you heard this story? Not maybe it didn't happen to you, but you've heard about it. Like some guy is with some girl, and the girl says that, oh, she went to some party with the girls or what have you, right? And they were having drinks. It was girls' night out or some shit like that, right? And she wound up, just kissing some guy at the bar, right? But it didn't mean anything, right? How many times have you heard that, huh? I mean, maybe it hasn't happened to you. It certainly hasn't happened to me. But maybe it's happened to some buddy of yours, right? Maybe it's happened to some acquaintance, right? You've heard the story, right? And do you know what it means? It means that she gave the guy at the bar a blowjob. That's what it means. At least a blowjob. At least a fucking blowjob. Or a hand job or some shit like that. Something sexual. Something happened. Okay? Bullshit that nothing happened. Bullshit. When a woman says that, oh, it was just a kiss and it didn't mean anything, she was fucking around. Yeah. A woman who is with her friends on a girls' night out, if she's really into that, she's not going to be interested in guys. She's just going to be hanging out with her girlfriends and talking and gossiping and talking this and that. And they're probably going to be talking about you. Yeah. I mean, a woman who's interested in her man, right, who has no problems with the relationship, she'll be talking about you with her friends. She will not be interested in the guys at the bar, right? But if she says that, oh, she just, wound up talking to some guy and, wound up kissing that guy, she's lying. Okay, maybe she didn't give him a blowjob. Maybe she just kissed him, right? Same thing. It's the same fucking thing, right? And so why would you be with such a woman, right? Why would you be with a woman who, at the first chance she gets, she's off hooking up with some other guy? Fuck her. There are other women. And that's the point, see? Most guys don't seem to understand this, or they don't believe it, or they're very insecure about it. But the fact of the matter is, with a population of 7.4 billion people on this earth, that means that there are 3.7 billion women, right? And attractive women, and you cut it down, and there are a few million women, hot women, who'd love to fuck you, right? There is always another woman. Always. And I'm here to tell you from my experience, my direct experience, see? Because more than once I've had my heart broken. More than once I've been a fucking puddle on the floor, right? The woman just basically kneed me to the groin, right? And broke up with me. And shortly thereafter I found a better woman. Yeah, it happens all the fucking time. And so don't think that the woman that you're with, the cheating woman that you are with, is the best you'll ever do. Because it's not true, okay? There is always somebody better. There's always somebody better, and she's just around the corner. And as to the sunk cost fallacy, look, say you're with some woman, and you've been with her for 10 years, 15 years, and you've got 3-4 kids maybe even, right? And she goes and cheats on you. And you're going to say to yourself, well, I had this good marriage and she cheated on me and I'm not going to throw it all away and maybe it's my fault. No, it's not your fault. It's her fault. It's her fault and you got to cut her loose. You got to cut her loose and that's that. Even if it's 15 or 20 years, that is that. Now, you've been with her 15 years or some shit like that. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit complicated and shit. You got community property and you want to protect yourself financially and fix your shit up so that, you don't get divorce raped. Oh, yeah, sure. So you don't have to break it off right then and there the second you found out that she cheated on you. But you do it. You do it because you cannot be with a woman like that. A woman whom you cannot trust. Because ultimately that's the most important thing insofar as the relationship between a man and a woman. If you cannot trust her, if you cannot say for a fact that she's not going to be hopping on some other guy's dick the second your back is turned, right? Then you're never going to be at peace. You're never going to find that domestic tranquility, that domestic comfort that is an essential component to a relationship with a woman. You're not going to have that peace of mind. Now, by the way, this doesn't go for women, huh? It's totally different. When a man cheats on a woman, it's totally different. Oh yeah, because see, from a man's point of view, when he cheats, he's just sticking his dick in a hole that's available. Yeah, it's as simple as that. He doesn't really give a shit about the woman, right? He doesn't. right? But a woman who's fucking another guy, she cares about that other guy, or she does not care about the man that she is with. Because there are lots of guys who are happily married, who fuck around all the time. Yeah, and we know some, don't we? Oh yeah. Yeah, but the thing is, see, fucking around for a guy does not mean that he does not want his woman. He's happy with his woman, but he just wants more. He's greedy for pussy. It's as simple as that, see? But a woman who's cheating on her man, her husband or long-term boyfriend, whatever you want to call him, right? If she's cheating on him, it's that she doesn't think that he's good enough for her, okay? She ultimately, and her body is craving the child of another man. That's what's going on. Woman cheats on you, let me ask you something, you know, those lips that you're kissing, they suck some other guy's dick. Do you want to be tasting the cum of another man? Is that what you want to be? Is that the kind of man you are? Huh? And look, there's something else going on. See, I've known a lot of people in my time, okay? I've heard a lot of stories about a lot of marriages that got into trouble where the guy cheated on the woman. Those marriages, they usually worked out fine because in a really weird way, see, a woman whose husband cheats on her with other women, she sort of like feels that she has to hold on to him, that he's more valuable because of it, because he has more opportunities. Whereas insofar as the inverse is concerned, when the woman cheats on the man, it's that the woman doesn't respect the man and she is looking for somebody better, and eventually she finds somebody better. And in the hundreds of people and hundreds of stories that I've heard around this incident, right, or this situation, I have never heard of a case where a woman cheated on her man and it all came out and worked out and got itself just roses in the end. Never. In the situation where a woman cheats on her man, it always ends badly. So the only question becomes, do you want to be in control of that relationship and exit the relationship on your terms and at your time? Or do you want to be the little bitch who's kicked around by his woman for shits and giggles?